Currently, the year is 2075, and the world has changed due to the emergence of humans known as supers. First documented super was Captain Starlight, who had the powers to control light and darkness. After his initial documentation, many other heroes started popping up. Captain Starlight helped bring peace by avoiding World War III at the time. He also helped in the effort to establish the Hero Certification Program, otherwise known as the HCP, within multiple colleges to allow new heroes to be trained to protect the world. In the newly formed nation of Amonico, which is the amalgamation of America, Canada, and Mexico, 5 different colleges are specifically used to train these students. Every year, only 10 students from each HCP will graduate their senior year. Competition is brutal, harsh, and just what is needed to forge supers into heroes. Lucky for you, first semester has been a breeze so far for such talented individuals. In terms of this world that we're talking about, what are a couple prominent figures we want to have? So just either throw out some names or some ideas. We'll just come up with like 2 or 3 individuals who are like prominent figures.
James Franco.
Is James Franco,
that's a given. We were all thinking it, right?
is James Franco a super?
What's 2070? So what is he, like 30, be in his 80s?
Sure.
Or is this versus a clone?
He will remain young
Okay.
forever.
Is this James Franco's power? He actually never.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
that was Keanu Reeves.
Actually, I feel that should be Keanu Reeves, who
I'm
does
Right?
I agree with that.
All right. So
In fact-
I'm down
Keanu
for
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's an immortal at this point. Prominent figure, real or imaginary?
Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, has been found out as a time traveler. Is his
Have you
superpower?
seen Futurama?
Okay.
Nibbler's shadow
what's-
was in the first episode. Just saying.
What's one
Just
more
saying.
prominent figure? I'm gonna say Martha Stewart. All right.
Wait.
How
If we're
is
gonna go that direction,
that
why not?
happening?
What about Betty White? Betty White's
okay,
another
Betty
immortal.
I like Betty White more than like Martha Stewart.
Does Betty White have a power?
She's motherfucking
so
Betty
many.
White. That is her power.
I mean, she's an
We can't
immortal.
just have. We just can't have all immortal people, can we?
To be
Okay,
fair,
can she be immortal and something else though?
I mean, it's
Because she's clearly immortal.
agreed.
It's a matter of
Maybe she has the power to like influence people to the point where they're like just totally in love with her on like a cute scale.
I think by the year that this world is set in, Betty White has what amounts to the world's largest religion and a cult following.
the other,
I like
the
that.
other two,
I
the other
like
two
that.
guys
I like
that we've mentioned are both heroes. Betty White's the world's first villain,
Supervillain.
Betty
Yes.
White
her-
is an occult supervillain.
and her
Yes.
her power was draining the life forces of others to sustain herself.
I love it. Yes. Perfect.
So in terms of our college that I'll get to in a second, who is the dean of our college?
Gary Gygax.
Gary.
We
Dean
brought
Gary.
him back. We made an android out of him.
Yes.
What are
A
Dean
bionic
Gary's
Gary.
powers? He's bionic.
Yes.
Actually, just a room that's like a big computer.
And he tells great stories.
He's a computer, and he was made by Matt Groening.
Our college, which is titled Lander University in Lander, California, is run by Dean Gary. In terms of our students, Daniel, will you please give your name and describe yourself and explain your powers to the group?
My character is Erica Mendoza, normal, like, high school graduate, like, not anything that you would look at her and go, oh, that person looks unusual. Like, she looks like a normal human, but she does have the abilities of both telekinesis and telepathy, and is really just using them more to kind of understand what they are and learn how it actually reacts to like the physical world. Her brother, like, who is the only one who knows she has these powers, like begged her to make a costume, and so she took like a discount clearance slutty nun Halloween costume and kind of tailored it to make it a little bit less slutty, but kind of uses like the all black and a face mask, so it's like just her eyes showing, and she has the Greek letter psi like kind of right as her emblem,
Okay.
and that is her hero name.
Alex, you next. If you want to give your name, describe yourself, and explain your powers.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Mallory Mitchell. I'm a little bit unusual as a student in that I'm a little bit older than the average student. Other than that, I'm probably 38.
A little bit older. Jesus Christ.
I just
A little bit.
I just have some life experiences that I'm going to be able to share with you. And
Oh god.
Stop.
And she's gonna audit every class.
other than that, I have absolutely the most mundane looks. Like it would be difficult to pick me out of a crowd. Very normal appearance. I do have a costume, but it's very understated. A small mask over what would be like a black jumpsuit.
And what are your powers?
Oh, energy absorption and possible mobility.
And Nick, how about you? Name, description, and what are your powers?
My name is Martin Baldwin. Of the long line of the Baldwin family that we all know. I come from money, and I kind of don't like it. Not that I don't like money, but I kind of hated the way I grew up. I hated the aesthetic of the life of privilege. I kind of tried to stay away from it. Mom's dead. Dad's in prison. I'm a little bit older than just out of high school, but only by a few years. Pretty generic looking. I don't look interesting at all. I hate costumes. And will likely refuse to wear the uniform as much as I can get away with. I wouldn't exactly say stylish, but he has his own sense of style. It's very raggedy. The only thing that you will always see me with is a long black coat. Not quite a trench coat, but almost like a navy coat.
But did you get it at Hot Topic?
Yes, I did. Oh, absolutely. No, you've pinned my character.
I had a feeling.
My powers are gadgetry and hacking and teleportation.
Can you explain to the group what your teleportation actually looks like?
Yeah, so my teleportation, essentially, I had some kind of unknown substance that was infused into my blood, and now pretty much at all times I can see these strange ley lines of energy that kind of network all over the place around me throughout the whole universe.
Aaron, what is your name, description of yourself, and your explanation of your powers?
Well, my name is Alvin Rain. I am a legacy. I'm sure you've all heard of the rising.
Yes, we have.
Sorry.
It needs no introduction.
None at all. We can stop that.
No. You've all heard of me. Fuck you.
Needs so little introduction, he refuses.
I know you've all heard of the Ronin of the Rising Blossom. I am a member of that clan. My powers are I can summon forth a suit of mystical samurai armor, as well as twin katanas. I also have mystical might, so I'm incredibly strong. This armor allows me to battle evil wherever I find it.
Everybody roll for surprise at his character choices.
Yeah,
I will say that having on-demand cosplay as a superpower is pretty cool.
True. Now, in terms of developing the team's backstory, when our team first came together. So now what we're going to do is build the narrative of the team's backstory, how everyone met in the first place, okay? So granted, you're all freshmen at this college. However, some time has passed, right? So in terms of you started at the college, went to some normal classes, went to some initial speaks in terms of understanding what the initial HCP is going to look like. But in terms of developing the team backstory, this is what we're going to build now. So when our team first came together, this is for Daniel to answer. We destroyed our surroundings in the fight. Where was it, and what did you destroy?
See, what could have happened?
So first off, where was it? Was it at the college or was it somewhere else?
I think it was actually at like well, shoot, no, we're all freshmen. We're too young to drink. I was gonna say a bar just off.
I mean, you can go on campus.
Not all of us are too young to drink. Cause
True. I mean, Mallory is like
Mallory.
Yeah, Mallory's over there like 100.
She could be one of those cool ladies.
Can Mallory be the one that buys us all alcohol?
I think we were actually at Mallory's apartment because she bought us all beer.
I'm
We were
sorry.
trying to
but
play Hey Mister.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
Alright.
I just couldn't be that kind of a bad influence on you, boy.
Oh no, it's already part of the story. We
God.
talked you into
It's
it.
canon.
We
I'm gonna-
retconned that shit.
I'm gonna regret it.
We told you it would be a study group, and it did not turn into that.
Here's what happened. My character definitely would have tried to trick and manipulate Mallory into buying alcohol and convincing her that I was of age.
I think my
And
telepathy
then-
also kind of helped.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
But what did we destroy? I think we actually destroyed Mallory's apartment.
yeah. Okay. All right.
That was Now, do I have to say why that was?
Nope. Because this is how we're going to build this out. The next person is Alex, and so in terms of what happened, you saved the life of someone important, either to the city or to you guys. Who was it, and why are they important?
It was Tom
Very
Holland.
important to
He's
me.
very important to our group because he's our mentor.
Okay. Tom Holland is your mentor, and that's who you saved. You saved his life. So now, Nick, you totally broke some major rules to win the fight. What rules did you break, and whose rules were they?
Tom has very
okay.
specific rules.
Tom does have very specific rules.
And as our mentor, we really shouldn't.
I think we did break them though, and I think we really disappointed him, and I think we're gonna have to kind of work to come back from that. We sacrificed the apartment and the surrounding area, however much got destroyed, in order to save Tom's life. And none of that would have happened if we had left Tom where he was, and he had told us that he wants us to leave him. And we said, no, fuck that, Tom. You're coming with us. You're too important to us.
Like, save yourselves or let me
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Right.
I've
And I
got
think
this
he
handled.
really meant
You
it.
didn't
He
listen.
really meant it.
Okay.
He really meant it.
He
Okay.
actually thinks he's Spider-Man.
I think he
He's actually
actually
a little
wanted to
sad.
die.
All right. So now, Aaron. So Aaron, all things considered, you guys still did a really good job, and you did impress an established hero. Who did you impress?
We impressed Wolverine.
That's hard to do, but rule breaking is the number one way to get up there.
It's
True. I mean,
And if Wolverine loves anything, it's probably rule
we
breaking.
broke
Exactly.
the rules, and yeah.
beer. He was rule breaking and beer.
Oh my god, do I have to buy him beer too?
I think he can get
Okay.
his own beer.
Okay. So at Mallory's apartment, we definitely tricked her into buying alcohol for everyone else who's underage. In the process, destroying her apartment due to a fight that broke out involving Tom Holland, a mentor to the group, of which whose rules you broke in not listening to him, letting him control the fight. You jumped in and intervened, destroying the apartment and the surrounding area. However, you did impress Wolverine in doing so.
That totally tracks. I mean,
Yeah.
Now,
He was sitting outside the apartment on his motorcycle looking cool.
the local news, they did pick this up, and they did give your team a label. What is your team's name or label that they attributed to you in the papers?
Martin and the Sunshine Band.
That should not be your name.
The mediocres.
We might as well be like the rowdy group.
Rowdy
No.
group destroys apartment and surrounding area near landing.
Rowdy Roddy rejects.
Did we ever establish what we were fighting? Because I feel like that should actually matter.
Maybe you were fighting. Maybe Tom and Wolverine got into a fight.
Oh, and Tom was like, "Stay out
Tom
of
was
it.
like, "Stay
is
out
our
of this. I got
business."
this handled." And you guys
Yeah.
jumped in.
And we were
and
like,
you
"No,
pressed
Tom."
Wolverine fighting him off, but you destroyed the whole
I like
surrounding
it.
area.
I like it. And
I'm sorry.
Wolverine's all about like breaking the rules and doesn't care about destruction just to get the job done. So he was like,
True.
"All right,
We destroyed my apartment to whip Wolverine's ass.
yeah."
Yes.
Well, and what they were arguing
canon.
about is that Wolverine was mad that after like 1,000 Spider-Man reboots, like Spider-Man is good, whereas the more they use Wolverine's character in movies, the worse the movies get. I feel we have to make a joke off of like, I don't know, like Hollandaise or something. Like,
Ooh, yep.
but I don't know where you go
like
with
that.
that. Like, you can't just call yourself the Hollandaise sauce bunch.
No, we don't need to add
I
the
mean-
sauce there.
Hollandaise spills into landing.
The Hollandaise Harpies.
Oh my god.
Hollandaise harbingers.
Oh.
Oh.
Happy Hollandaise. It's like a festive greeting, and we'll kick your ass.
The Hollandaise harbingers. As a result of an epic battle between Tom Holland and Wolverine, you should not
terrible
have
fucking
stepped
group
your foot
names.
into, but you did.
Well, it was in Mallory's apartment, so I think we had
It's true. Yeah.
a dog in that fight.
I choose to believe that you guys destroyed my apartment trying to save it.
We definitely
Yeah,
were trying to save it.
You believe that. You believe
Yeah,
that.
You believe that.
That's
We are all going to let you believe that.
I was definitely trying to impress Wolverine, but that's beside the point.
I just like breaking things.
I just didn't like to see those two nice boys fighting. What's your character name?
well done.
Martin.
Martin Baldwin, the seventh.
Martin Baldwin. No, by this point, it's like the 15th Baldwin brother.
I insist on him being descended directly from Billy Baldwin, the worst Baldwin.
That is the current rankings. So Erica is at 4th, Alvin is 6th, Mallory is 9th, and Martin is 14th.
What?
Martin, bro.
No, that makes sense.
And remember, these are just the preliminary rankings. Obviously, your status can rise and fall depending on how things go in terms of your exams.
No, it makes sense. I'm a rebel. I hate school.
Yeah, exactly.
For squares.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what's your cause?
Okay. So,
Okay. I need to point out the 4th year potions making and 6th year defense against the dark arts were incredibly practical classes, Daniel.
But they will not help you file your taxes.
But,
No.
I mean, where else would you learn to shove a goat stone down somebody's throat?
deep underground below this campus, there is also a hidden university of which you are attendees. And that's where all the action occurs, okay? There's a whole other school underground in terms of your certification program as heroes.
Okay.
I feel like I would study the hero stuff. That's what I'm going to be less comfortable with.
A really good example would be like you'd be studying like history and trying to get like just general superhero knowledge throughout time, trying to understand more about past superheroes or prominent superheroes, specifically like Captain Starlight, one of the first heroes. Like you want to know more about what that all looked like.
I would also like to ask Mallory if she could procure refreshments for said study group.
I don't know. I'm worried that I'm being a bad influence on you boys.
So, do we have any idea what kind of things this midterm will be on? We know it's on performance, but like,
I have
do we know what
performance
we're up
anxiety.
against? Mallory, for performance anxiety, I have a little blue pill that I have to take. It's okay.
We were just going to let it go right there.
we were.
Keep digging deeper into it.
One of the professors here is actually Shane the Hammer Mitchell.
What?
And what's he a professor of? Do I know?
You don't know. You just know since the divorce, things haven't been super great between you two.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
rest
know.
of
With a
you-
name like that, I think he's a professor of laying the smackdown in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, what you guys don't know is that's my ex-husband.
Shane's sitting in his office.
I want to approach him.
Oh, god damn it, Mallory. What do you want?
Oh,
It's not
hi,
a good divorce.
hi, Shane. I just, I've got the midterms coming up, and I was hoping you could provide me some insight, into what might be, tested.
Insight into what was tested? I don't even want you at this school. I was the one veto against you even getting in. Okay, why would I even help you?
I can't believe you would treat me like that. I'm trying to make sure that I can provide for our girls. Plus, I'm sure you want to pay less than alimony.
I would love to pay less than alimony, except you don't even let me see the girls on weekends. What's the point? You've just been nothing but horrible to me the whole time. Listen, I know I did things I'm not proud of. A married man shouldn't do. I understand that, but you don't know the pressures of hero life.
Well, I'm trying to understand, but just like the entire time we were married, it was all about the Shane show. I don't get to learn anything about what your life looks like. I have to stay at home and cook the dinner and do the dishes. Big, ugly fuck. I turn around and leave.
You better walk out of here, Mallory. You'll never get past your freshman year, you old hag.
Why don't you go bone another bimbo who thinks that the hammer stands for what's downstairs?
At least they would. Slams the door behind you.
What just happened?
That was some serious RP there. I'm gonna need a cold shower after that.
I'm going to seek out a different professor.
We can't do it.
He was a prominent hero back in the day.
Coming in my ass.
My God. Shane is a dick.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it wasn't a very pleasant divorce. Some things were said, probably on both sides.
Quit trying to justify it.
How dare you
Yeah,
give
what?
me the there's good people on both sides?
Wait a minute.
You
Does
don't
that
know what it was like.
Does that mean the Hammer would be interested in barely legal girls? Because Erica is definitely in that department.
Dark.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Shane's cleaned up his act a little bit.
Okay, that's
He
good.
may be more lenient with you, but it's not like, I'm not gonna RP that kind of.
It wouldn't go there. This is all just manipulation. But
Oh,
If I know DJ, it would
Oh,
go
weird.
there.
TJ's not comfortable
I just
RPing
don't want
something that's weird and sexual.
Who would do that? I would likely spend my time also trying to figure out what the test was going to entail.
one person that you could ask, that Martin could ask, is the recent addition math teacher at the college named Mr. Holland.
Oh, well, hell yeah. Is this the Mr. Holland that I'm aware of?
Martin!
Mr. Holland, what's going on, man?
Boy! Hey! How's
What
it
are you
going?
doing here? Oh, it's
I'm
all right.
teaching. I work here now. Isn't it great?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's but how'd you end up here? I mean, I last saw you back in high school. What got you here?
I need, okay, so the high school, they pay okay, I make like 50, 60,000 a year, something like that, but the college, it pays more. Plus, I hear they got the secret hero thing down here, so they think they pay more even for the regular teachers. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a little bit of the money, I need to retire someday, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I feel it. Okay, all right. Well,
I thought it was going to be Tom Holland. I'm way thrown off here.
yeah, is that your Tom Holland voice?
No, this is a different.
No.
What it is his best voice.
Us choosing Tom Holland to be our mentor in this session was a very strange coincidence. I haven't really been the best at studying. I gotta say, you know how it is. Like, you get busy on a project and you kind of lose track of time.
No,
Kind of
I don't
wondering
know that. That's not me.
okay,
Monty, that's not me, my
but
friend.
you know that's how I am. You know that's how I am.
Yeah, you're
you
super
can't-
lazy. I know. I tried to beat it out of you.
lazy.
You wouldn't listen.
That's another word for it. That's another word for it. But okay. So, but the point is, let's get down to it here. All right, you know me.
Okay.
You know me, Mr. Holland. Like,
Yes.
you know I'm a good kid, right? Like, I wanna do well. But just the traditional studying format hasn't really worked out for me so far. And I was wondering, I've got this midterm coming up right now, and it's supposed to be kind of about, my abilities and like what I can do. And I'm wondering if you have any
Holy
idea what that's
shit.
gonna look like.
Martin, you got into the hero thing, the
Yeah,
HPP or whatever it is.
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it yet, but there's some things I could do. We should talk sometime. I can show you some things, but for now.
Listen, I don't want the HPV,
Mr. Martin.
but I'm very interested.
I'll be around. All right,
Come
we'll
visit.
stay in touch. Yeah, I'll come visit you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. Holland.
Goodbye.
All right. You have a nice day. All right, leave. Fucking useless.
I'm not very good at this, he says. 14th in the class.
I'm going to my room.
Hello, Alvin-kun. It's
Hello.
me, Saito. You remember Saito-san?
Hello, Saito-san. Bow as I enter. and see
Weird.
you.
Alvin-kun, it is good to see you. I must let you know, Klein is enrolled here. Your rival.
No, I know. Yeah, no.
I approve these.
How could you approve that?
It was granted by the Ronin group. Listen,
Is he here now?
Alvin-kun, please. Klein came to the Ronin. He asked, may I go to the school? May I attempt to earn the right to the divine armor, the armor which you own? He wishes to prove himself and beat you, defeat you, rise to the ranks, and obtain the armor from you.
You mean the little shit wants to steal my armor again?
Does not wish to steal it, he wishes to earn it. If he defeats you and graduates the hero program, we will remove your armor from you,
Oh
and
shit.
it will belong to him.
Wait, after like one fight? Like, it's like 7 games to win a pennant. Like, I think you need more than just one fight to decide.
It's even
Is
best.
Erica in the room right now?
That's 2 out of 3 in rock, paper, scissors. I mean,
My telepathy is
sorry.
picking up on some
It's more-
severe sadness from Alvin.
And I'm left in my room to ponder. I am going to lay on my bed for the rest of the day.
a good way to ensure you win. Nothing.
I could do an epic training montage if that would.
I would be very pleased with that.
We go do some dancing in the woods real quick to some flash dance.
You want to go do some karate in the garage?
Erica's phone rings.
It's a cell phone, so
The cell phone has caller ID.
I check who it is.
It says Aaron.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Erica. What's going on?
Where's Daniel gotta have somebody in his backstory that's my name?
What's going on with you?
I mean, I'm just calling to check in. Like, I know you've only been there a couple weeks, and I know I can't really know a lot about whatever it is that you do there, but I know last summer, like, you kind of broke Grandma's pelvis. Like, not a big deal. Like, she survived, but I just want to see, like, are they actually teaching you anything useful there so far?
I got this.
Well, you need to get this because you got to graduate so you can get that hero money.
Yes,
You broke Grandma's hip. We got bills to pay. This family. Jesus, Erica, why are you so selfish?
the reminder of the trouble everyone is in because of my failure will definitely help me do better. Thanks, bro. That's always what I need. Thank you.
Hey, I'm always here to help you, sis. Anyway, mom says she loves you. Dad is like, just, he's dad. He's whatever. He's on the couch. Like, nobody gives a shit, right? But anyway, I just want to call and see what was up. Good luck on whatever it is you have coming up. Sounds rough. Glad I'm not doing it. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining us. Glad we could interrupt your busy schedule for this important announcement. Would you like to sit down?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's no problem
Sit
at all.
down, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, you get it.
There you go, 14 to 18.
Good morning, students. Happy to introduce you to midterm week here at Lander. Now, in terms of the Hero Certification Program, your midterms will be decided in teams. That is correct. You will be formed into teams of 4 to participate in your midterms on Friday.
I immediately look wide-eyed at Martin.
I just kind of look down at the ground.
I hope I don't get paired with those.
In terms of the team selection process, we have already paired you off into groups of 4, predetermined. And he goes through the list and he gets to the last team. Calls out Mallory, Alvin, Erica, and Martin.
Oh,
And he looks
he
directly
said
at
that.
Martin.
I just give him like a big cheesy smile.
I just want to know what the other 3 of us did. Yes.
Don't worry, students. We do have healers on staff. We will never allow the simulation to run to the point where any fatality should truly be expected. However, you all did sign the waivers when you first enrolled.
That 100% means we can
That
get.
helps.
We gonna die.
Well, we can't use our powers above ground, right? Because most people don't even know this exists. We probably don't know we're heroes. So is there is there a training room in the lower facility we can go to?
There's floors upon floors of training rooms, combat rooms, gyms. Anything that you would want in terms of space is available underground. How long are you down there training for? Is it just for the one afternoon, or are you down there every day?
I would say we try and get every day. If not every day, at least 3 times.
I want to do enough for an epic training montage.
On Wednesday afternoon, another student comes into the doorway and observes you guys for a while. You recognize her as Angela. She's in your class. What's up, Erica?
Hi, Angela. Can we help you?
What are you guys doing in here?
Well, we have a midterm
You're
this Friday.
Totes training, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's
Aren't
such
you?
a good idea. Oh yeah, we're training every day. We're training super hard. Chad is the best at training. Oh my god. He's so strong.
Well, that's good.
Since Chad's so good at training, do you have any tips for us?
Why would I help you guys? We're all technically vying for spots to graduate.
Oh, sweetie, that's true. Get the fuck out.
Oh my god, you're like this spicy old lady. I love it. We should definitely spar sometime, you old bitch.
You got it. Now, seriously, get the fuck out.
Ooh. All right. Well, you know where to find me. Have fun, kids. So she walks out.
God.
And I use telekinesis to slam the door behind her.
Ooh.
Can anyone read her mind?
I can, and I have, and I didn't like it.
I was gonna say it might be a
Will not do
frightening
it again.
experience.
It's like diving into a sensory deprivation chamber because there is nothing in there.
It gives your ability, I'm almost like a mobile delivery system for your electrical ability.
All right, cool.
30 minutes or less, bitch.
I'm the Jimmy Johns of pain.
Freaky fast.
Facts.
Any final training you guys want to accomplish?
The last day I'd probably just spend alone, kind of tweaking my equipment and making sure everything's good.
I thought he was just going to finish it tweaking.
That too.
Tweaking.
So I've been trying to train my telepathy this week. I want to sit on the floor, cross my legs, like really focus. And then I want to reach my mind out and I want to see if I can sense Angela.
You're honing your telepathy, you're searching for her mind, because you can hear and sense all these other minds around you, right? But you're specifically searching for hers. She's on the same level, she's on the same floor as you in another training room.
Do I sense that she's like focusing on something? Like she's in the middle of either fighting or doing something, right?
Well, I mean, if you're like, are you trying to actually like read her mind while she's doing whatever she's doing?
Not really. I just kind of want to know where her presence is. Like I'm just
Okay.
kind of like lurking on the outside right now.
Okay. You can tell she's like hardcore focused, and she must be fighting because you can tell she's like straining herself. Um, but you can't actually sense whatever it is that she's straining against. Like there's nothing there. Like it's just her that you're sensing in that enclosure.
Ah, okay. Oh, then actually, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do this. Gonna give it a shot anyway. Do I feel like she's defending herself against like
Yeah, like she's training, like she's sparring or training, she's fighting something. She's definitely like giving herself a workout. Are you reading her
another
mind?
being? No, no. I just
Okay.
want to like now I want to like slip in and kind of use like suggestion,
Okay.
and I want to try and make her think that she really has to go to the bathroom, like really, really bad.
All right, I'm gonna have you unleash your powers. Roll 2d6 and add your freak. You do it. You reach out and you suggest to her that it's time to open the floodgates, and if she doesn't leave right then and there, she's gonna piss herself.
Oh
And
yes.
you sense her mind switch over from like strain and defensiveness to like a sense of urgency and panic, and then you can sense her mind moving away from whatever room she was in. If she's
And
going to find a
I'm gonna go ahead and recoil back before she maybe senses that anyone is messing with her.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I would like to spend the last day trying to work on like my ultimate move, where I have to take both of my swords and I smash them together and I send out a wave of flower petals that kind of engulf something and snap closed around it. I would like to get with Martin, who likes to gadget shit, and see if he can come up with a device that can shrink a giantess.
That might be something that's a little too late to ask for.
Well,
Because our midterm is tomorrow.
hopefully we don't get the giantess then. Hey, Martin, so I've been thinking about the different scenarios that we might have based on the girl's research. We had Vulture that we might have to kill.
Yeah, totally. Remember that one.
And then there was the giantess that the heroes had to shrink so she wouldn't destroy the world.
Yeah, of course. That was a classic.
I know. So I've been thinking about that one, and none of us have a way to shrink a giant.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah.
I do recall there were actually 3 that we found.
I don't remember the third one.
Oh, I do. Don't worry. I took copious notes. So
And they have like highlighters of all different colors all over them.
I use page dividers, labels.
Do you have those tabs with the little arrows?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Hey, those things are the shit, though.
Yeah, I also include additional peel and stick labels on the inside, just in case I want to help myself as I'm trying to read back. So, the other one is the tech tower that had a supervillain who was trying to threaten like the entire area.
That was my favorite one of the 3 that we all researched.
Sure you did, sweetie.
So, Martin, I see you're always tinkering and building stuff, and then you use it.
That's very observant of you.
Are you going to be able to maybe build something to shrink a giant
To shrink a giant.
if we have to?
Listen, Sword Boy, you're asking me on Thursday night before our midterms to build you a device to shrink a giant. I just want to make sure we're clear here about what you're asking.
I want to know if you could build it before tomorrow, or at least
Can I build it?
or during tomorrow,
Of
if that's
course.
the one we get.
Of course I can build it. I have to try.
Okay, I'm gonna have you unleash your powers and roll 2d6 and add your freak modifier. So you're
Sure.
working on this thing the entire night, and you're so insecure about whether it's even gonna work, and you only have enough materials for one test run to see if it's gonna work.
Okay.
And when you use it, it definitely works. The issue is that you don't have something big enough to test it on. So you just test it on like a punching bag that's in the gymnasium, and it shrinks down to the size of an ant.
We also have
Thanks.
to hope it's not an Ant-Man situation where it becomes freakishly strong.
Your midterm is today. You will be taking a midterm exam with your team.
I want to meditate first thing in the morning, pray to my ancestors, and then I also want to cuss Klein out.
You're gonna like go find Klein and cuss him out.
No.
Go
During
shit
my-
talk him.
You're just gonna
During
like,
my
curse him during your meditation.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
even worse.
While you're talking to your ancestors. You know that Klein guy?
Dear God.
Klein, piece of shit.
Dear God. Klein is a piece of shit.
I mean, to
Murray.
ancestors.
McMurray's a piece of shit.
Any final things, or should we jump into arriving at the gym?
Can I make sure my nails are
Are we actually all here, or is Martin still missing?
I'm actually going to
Question.
go to Martin's dorm before going to the gym and knock on his door.
You definitely wake me up with that knock.
I don't appreciate you bashing my
You know what?
ritual.
You're right.
This is Aaron right now.
You're right.
I am Shogun. And fucking Jaeger bombs.
Fucking Jaeger bombs.
Miss Mallory, your nails are on fleek. They're whatever colors you want them to be.
Mallory doesn't know what that term means.
She doesn't know, but she heard about it.
But they are anyways.
No, I painted them black because all my new friends seem to be kind of edgy and I'm trying to fit in.
And Erica, you wake up and have a text message waiting from your brother from the middle of the night that just says, GL.
That's. Yep.
Inspiring.
I send a one-letter text back. K.
Damn, just the K text.
You immediately see it go to red, and no bubbles pop up.
And then no response. Yeah, that's
But-
about
okay,
right.
But what kind of fucking savage leaves red notifications on their cell phone?
You all file in. You're all on time for once, including Martin. The dean looks at Martin, and he doesn't nod approvingly, but he just looks at you without a state of frustration.
Which to you looks like fatherly
I'm-
affection.
Right.
and I'm a little bit disappointed.
You're losing your edge.
I enjoy the back and forth.
As everybody files in, sits down, the dean opens his arms and says, "Good morning, students. Welcome to your first midterm. Professor Mitchell will be leading you down by team to find your scenario room, where you will then wait until you are given instruction to begin your exam." You see the hammer just kind of like with his arms crossed, just looking smug as he scans the students, and his eyes kind of linger on Mallory.
Do we know what kind of hammer
Adjust my
he is?
bra.
Is he like a ball pin hammer? Like a...
That's just a
We are intentionally not asking a single question about what the hammer is. Okay?
I mean, we all want to know. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, Aaron.
We're just
Don't get
not willing to get into that. Mallory is on our team.
Don't get it.
it.
Don't get it twisted, unlike his hammer.
Oh,
Like, I'm desperate to know what this like outfit looks like and where the hammer is located on his.
I got my jeans. I got my long black navy coat. I got my backpack on.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, hold on. So you're wearing like a trench coat,
It's yes, similar to a
jeans.
trench coat. Yep.
backpack. You're going to school.
Yep. Yep, you heard me.
Wait, but
I know where you're going with this.
I'm resisting it.
staff, right?
Yes.
Looks like an assault rifle.
Oh, I was gonna say he's getting into like Harry Dresden, like with like jeans and.
Yeah. No, that was. I honestly hadn't even thought of that, but that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that kind of. It's not quite exactly where I was going, but like it's in the right direction. Yeah.
The dean is standing there with his arms open, and he says, "The first team to be selected for their midterm will be Team 4. Miss Mitchell, Miss Mendoza, Mr. Rain, and Mr. Baldwin. Please follow Professor Mitchell to your exam room."
Of the glorious Billy Baldwin line.
I jump up and try to like really put on a brave face, like I'm cheering, like woo! That's like going, like I'm ready for this. Inside, dying.
I kind of like roll out of my seat and like slowly stand up. I'm like, okay.
I want to make.
I'm pretty sure that it's Mallory's fault or Martin's fault that we're going first.
And I'm making a defiantly locking eyes with the hammer.
Are you looking at the hammer or the hammer?
Right.
Professor Mitchell is not making eye contact with Mallory.
I said
He's
eyes,
barely acknowledging her existence. But the dean just says, "Good luck, students. I hope to see excellent performances today." And Professor Mitchell turns around and he says, "Follow me." The elevator starts descending.
It's a bad time to tell you guys I'm claustrophobic.
Yes. Don't tell us that.
Are these buttons labeled?
Some of them are labeled.
Some of them. That's useful.
The one he pressed labeled.
The one he pressed says 270.
Because I have an overwhelming desire to just take my hand and just run it down all of the buttons and just light them all.
Please don't.
And
Please don't. We're in the middle.
I can't, but I really want to.
We're in the middle of a midterm. Don't you do that on his way up, though?
Professor Shane kind of looks at you out of the corner of his eye and he says, "I know I'm not a telepath, but I wouldn't do that." You guys feel the elevator start to slow, and it stops. Doors don't open, and Shane does turn to all four of you, and he just says, "Regardless of any of our personal relationships, your assessment is graded on individual performance and team performance. So you make yourself look good, that's fine. If you make your team look good, that's fine. If you can do both, obviously that's better. But I'll be here if anything goes wrong. I'll make sure that you don't actually get hurt." And yes, that goes for all of you, Mallory.
Under my breath, I go, "That'd be a first."
He sighs and opens the door. And
you.
And as he opens the door, you guys see this.
It's a scenario we were given the least amount of information on. What is this? A tower for ants? What is like around the tower? So this is one city block. So like, what's across the street?
Nothing. It's just a wall behind you.
Okay.
Like
so
you can see-
it isn't simulated like a section of a city.
No, I mean you can tell that they like put up wallpaper so it looks like a city, but it's obviously a giant wall behind you.
Okay, I'm looking for a
you
frozen
know-
yogurt stand.
The midterm has begun. Proceed as intended.
Okay, so should we go in there suited up, guys? Am I the only one that actually has to put on armor? Okay.
I'm wearing my navy coat and my pajama pants.
I think putting on is a strong term considering you just summon it onto your body.
He wants to have a big transformation moment. You know?
Yeah. I gotta like,
This is his Cinderella
have my-
moment.
I was gonna say Sailor Moon, but I don't know which one's worse.
I don't know.
do.
There's. I don't know. I mean.
All right. I don my armor. There we go. Leave it at that.
We don't necessarily need to go in through the front door. In fact, that actually seems like a pretty bad way to go.
Only if they're expecting us to come in and try and stop the biological weapon.
Well, I mean, you're walking in dressed as a fucking samurai.
I could have walked in dressed as like.
It is a little flashy, dear.
I open the door and walk inside.
you're in this gigantic, humongous lobby that is towering up like 60 feet high. But you do see on the other end of the lobby is an elevator. There's a security desk, but there's no one at it.
I would like to go behind the security desk and see what the cameras are showing.
You see cameras all pointed at you looking at the security desk. On every feed, it is showing you and your teammates.
I walk inside.
I follow.
Erica and Mallory see Alvin standing over the security desk, puzzled.
I'm just kind of wandering around the lobby looking up.
Coming out of an elevator is a really vulnerable position.
You know what they say,
Stairs.
in case of fire, take the stairs. And you ladies and boys are fire.
I sigh and walk off towards the
Very hip.
stairwell.
I sigh and follow.
As you guys are climbing up the stairs, trying to search for signs of life or intrusion, villains, general misdoings, you get up to about the 20th floor, and Erica starts to sense a lot more activity on this level in terms of human minds that she's able to register.
As Erica stops, I would like to redon my armor.
They're all scared. They're all frightened. They all want to be saved.
So it feels like there's hostages or someone being held against their will on this floor, but I don't sense any guards.
Go as a group and check on one. If turns out they're not guarded, could probably get them out of the building. Great. Save them.
Snapdragon, since you're already armored up, you want to lead us?
So I'm going to go ahead and move through and just get like right inside the door and look around.
To your left, you see the elevator you guys didn't take. On your right is a wall, and in front of you is a doorway to what looks like a larger part of the floor.
Okay, so I'll move into this direction.
You walk onto the floor of this office space, and you see android robots! Okay, so Mallory is carrying Alvin.
I'm not really like gonna carry him as much as like try to like drag or push. Like I'm gonna try to support some of his weight, but like know that I may be dragging like his feet.
I'm going to have you unleash your powers. So roll 2d6 and add +3.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna love this.
So you realize maybe you're a little out of your element, like, you were used to being a housewife for a lot of years, and this is your first real
How dare you?
super situation after a long time. And, not that you're out of your element, but it's just you're a little rusty. But it's going to be successful. So you're able to drag Aaron to try and get one of these robots. So now, Aaron, roll your 2d6 and add danger.
Okay, I actually took Fight the Good Fight, and since I'm trying not to crush the android in a bear hug, because I have the mystical might, would that be considered pulling my punch? So I would like to create an opportunity for my allies. I guess I want to be able to resist or avoid any blows coming from the one I'm going to be grabbing.
Not only do you avoid the blows from that one, but because there's another one close by that you guys are trying to do this, it'll all be fast enough, and you'll be able to like grab them and kind of flex and be able to avoid any additional blows from the other robots. So with Mallory like dragging you at not super speed, but like faster than these robots will be able to react, she like drags you around a robot, and you like snag it and wrap its arms in yours so that it's facing away from you, and you're like fireman carrying him, and you're like dragging him back towards the stairwell.
This is badass.
But now this other robot sees you, and it's calling for its other buddy here.
Hold the door! For real, we're gonna need to get in there and then hold the door closed.
So the way burn works is almost like you're going Super Saiyan. You will literally be like, "Ah!"
So we've pulled the robot inside the stairwell?
Yeah, the robot should be back here.
I'm going to try and use my telekinesis to pick up this second robot and like toss him back into the third one.
You smash them together, and they fly back a couple feet. The one that Alvin is holding is starting to struggle, though.
Well, as soon as they've dragged him back into the stairwell, I'd like to look, and if visually I can see anything that looks like any sort of input immediately, then I'll go for that. If not, I'm going to use my scanner and see if I can find any sort of external data input or any kind of interface of any sort. I'd like to activate the implant, and a small cable snakes out of my arm and it attempts to interface with the robot. And if it's successful, I would like to try and essentially hack it to change its definition of a hostile enemy to be other androids or other robots.
You hack into the robot, and he is now on your side.
I'm not sure that we're going to have a lot of success trying to dismantle or reprogram what's already alerted to our presence. But on each floor that we encounter them, we can add to our arsenal.
Yeah, we might want to just try and kill these two.
Okay, well I'm gonna take the farther back one, and I want to toss him to the back of the room again. And is that a like a printer copier in the back there?
Yes, it is.
I wanna do the thing where like you open up the top panel and like put his head in there and keep slamming it, and like copies of him in various stages of pain keep getting printed out.
Can we save those?
You telekinetically throw him to the printer and make him land on his knees, and you manipulate his head onto the copier and start slamming it as it's taking photos, and you see his head start to disintegrate into all these like pieces of him. Like he's losing his head as you're slamming him.
Holy shit. Guys, forget the robots. Like, throw them away. We're taking this printer with us because it is indestructible. This printer just killed Terminator.
Printer.
I thought you were gonna start hitting him with it and yell, "PC load letter."
The fuck?
What does that mean?
Now I'm face to face with a robot.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really weird and specific question, but how slender are its fingers? This is very important.
They're normal size that you would expect from a skeleton of that stature.
Is there any portion of this robot that looks slender enough that it could get stuck into an electrical outlet?
It's pinky.
Is there an electrical outlet nearby?
Yes.
I telekinesis only his pinky and pull him by the pinky into the wall socket.
You have really strong telekinesis powers.
You telekinetically insert his pinky into the wall socket, after which he turns his arm into a cannon and fires at you.
I want to try to use does it look like a cannonball or like
it's
a ball?
An energy blast.
I want to use my ability to try and jump in front of it to absorb it.
I would like you to roll 2d6 and add your savior.
I'm going to use aim face here. I'm going to mark mundane again. Would I be able to
How do you defend it?
What I'm trying to do is jump in front of the energy blast to absorb it with my energy absorber. I'm going to get in front of him just to catch the energy absorbent, and then I'm going to try and turn it back on the end.
You accept it into your body, redirect it, and it's a dead hit on the robot, who is also dismantled.
I dab.
Everyone hates you.
39-year-old mother of two Mallory dabs in the hallway.
And then a little green box with text at the bottom pops up that says, "No one liked that."
Are the hostile robots essentially dispatched at this point?
The ones that you saw, yes.
The ones that we can see? Okay. I look at Mallory and I say, so can you just hold on to that energy for a while? Or do you just have to turn around and get rid of it immediately?
I mean, I could hold on to it for a while, I think. I haven't really given it much of a try.
Yeah, holy shit, Mallory, that was amazing.
Thanks.
Because I'm just thinking.
You guys were incredible.
There's some power that we can generate here, and if you could store it for a while and use it when you need it, that would be pretty cool.
I don't know that I'm a battery.
Something to try.
Yeah, sure. Can we see where the person that Daniel or Erica noticed was now?
Are you moving into the floor away from the hallway?
I'll move into the floor.
As you move into the greater part of the floor, you see two hostages wearing lab coats.
I'm going to use impossible mobility, and I'm going to try to rush them, super speed out the building.
As you rush to them and reach out to like grab their arms and their coats, see if you can pick them up and rush them out of the building, your arm phases through them.
Oh, they're hologram. Okay.
But I can still sense like their minds, like they're sentient.
Correct. They did get programmed to reflect your power to sense minds.
Okay, I'm a little concerned that they're able to do that, and I will not think of the ethical implications. So, like, do they
still-
interact with us at all? Like,
Nope.
are we supposed? Okay, it's not like we're supposed to save these hostages.
I mean, they're saved. They're
Right, they're
not
saved,
being
'cause
threatened anymore, but you
can't,
can't
like-
move them.
Get them out of the building.
Can I look in this room?
And we got a robot now.
That's true. We do have a robot, but will he have to follow the first law of robotics?
Well, I would like to rush in and just take a mighty slash across the robot's body, like whole torso with my sword.
It does turn as you slash it across its chest, and you basically cleave it in two. There is another scientist standing there looking desperate.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here because I think I also sensed another hostage here, right?
You did. There is another hostage and another robot. As you walk into the doorway, the robot realizes you're there and charges you.
As it's charging me, instead of doing like the whole like judo grab, get on your back and like flip him over you, I want to do that, but essentially telekinesis and not touching, because I have no upper body strength at all.
Okay.
Also, social distancing.
you, you flip him over you with your mind, and because you just wanted to like judo flip him, he lands on his feet right next to Mallory.
Oh god.
As you try to jump away, he still attacks you, and he's going to try and like clip your chin. So I want you to take a powerful blow, which is just rolling 2d6.
Oh, Mama has a weak chin.
You stand strong. You don't miss. You can mark a potential and say how you avoid or weather the blow.
I'm gonna use like I just like super speed, kind of like Matrix bullet motion, like bend at the
Fist.
hip and just dive out of the way of it. Then when I'm able to like recover, what I would want to try to like rush around him and like soccer tackle at his knee.
He misses you. He's totally confused as to why he didn't connect, because for all intents and purposes, he should have hit you. And then the next second, you're gone, and he's like falling.
Nice. And then I'm gonna use that same momentum to like get a bunch of distance on it.
No, I want to take both of his arms and like just begin like pulling them apart.
You rip his arms off, and now he is a armless robot who is very unhappy you did that, and he's going to start charging you.
Don't make me bring you back over to that copier. I mean, I'm just going to telekinesis throw him over and smash him into this indestructible copy.
You throw him across the room into the coffee maker, and completely demolish him.
Guys, I found the secret weapon.
And the copy machine doesn't have a scratch on it.
It turns out they started making copy machines out of airplane black box material.
It's actually got a logo on it. It says Nokia.
Shit. Martin, is there any way that you can like weaponize the copy?
The copy machine.
Oh
we, need
my
to bring,
god.
we need to bring the copy machine with
Because
us.
this thing fucks.
If it-
Needs to come with us.
Robots are all dead, right? Except for the one that is on our team.
You've found all the robots on this floor, explored every room, and every hostage has been saved on this floor.
Like
Okay.
sweet Midwestern exterior is just like washed away for a moment as I'm like, oh, that thing was gonna kick my ass. Thank you.
Well, I mean, we have to look out for each other. We should probably get going. I'm sure we might have alerted someone we're here, so time to hustle. And as I walk out, like to leave, I want to look at the receptionist desk and see like, is there like a bowl of candy?
There is a bowl of candy.
I grab the whole thing and I like stuff it in my pocket on the way out.
Your hand phases through the bowl.
Oh no!
That's brutal. We can touch the copy machine, but we can't have a fucking lollipop.
Curse you, simulation gods.
I would like to politely ask the robot to turn around and face me so that I can use the interface port again.
Okay.
Thank you for turning it around.
He does.
I'd like to use my device to access the interface again, and I'd like to search for any other similar devices, in quotes, similar to the entity that comprises the robot on the current network.
You can detect that there are 3 other robots in this building, 2 of the same model. The third one is something you can't recognize through the data that you can see searching through the circuitry.
Okay. The models that I can see, I would like to make an attempt. I don't know if this is realistic or not, but I'd at least like to make an attempt to access the interfaces of those robots over the network.
I want you to unleash your powers, roll
Okay.
2d6, and add freak. That's a 9, so either you succeed with marking a condition, or it's going to be some other effect that you're not exactly wanting.
I'm going to take the angry condition.
Okay.
-2 to comfort or support or pierce the mask. Okay. Do I have control to the interface of those other robots?
You do. You can do whatever you want. With
Okay.
them.
So what I'd like to do is to again reprogram the definition of a hostile entity to exclude the members of our party, including the identification number of the robot that we have with us right now. But I'd like to also leave them instructions to essentially carry on with whatever their current task orders are until we are within range and I give them another command.
As you do that, you're like 3/4 of the way through programming exactly how you want them to act in regards to the team, and all of a sudden the signal goes dead for both.
I can't locate them and I don't know what their command status is.
Nope, you don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Gotcha.